message processing program that's going to reside on either a web or an application server. In today's scenario, it mostly resides on the application server. That's where the vast majority of our business logic is going to be stored. So a servlet is going to be accessed from the client's machine generally from something known as an HTML form. Now, an HTML form is a special type of HTML document that's going to contain information and parameter data that's going to be passed to my servlet program. Additionally, inside of the HTML form, we're going to have embedded information on exactly which servlet is going to be accessed, which servlet is going to be called, and which servlet is going to actually receive the input data coming from this HTML type document. So when the HTML form is utilized, an HTTP message is going to be created. This HTTP message essentially is going to be formatted in two portions. One portion is going to contain a header aspect that's going to identify the sender and the receiver of the message, and it's also going to identify which servlet is going to actually get this particular message. The other portion of it is going to have the form data. All the information that's actually been extracted from the HTML document is going to be formatted and transmitted as a portion of this particular message. Now, the application server is going to pass control to a web container. The servlet program that we're attempting to talk to is going to be contained inside of this web container. That's where it's going to be deployed. The role of the web container is to support all the activities of a Java Servlet program, and it does that by providing access to a set of programming interfaces known as J2EE, Java 2 Enterprise Edition. So the set of J2E services are going to allow me to do a wide range of different types of tasks, like access databases, access message queues, work with session information, work with transaction-based types of processing, and also gain access to other types of components like enterprise Java Beans. So the Java Servlet is going to be deployed inside of this particular web container. So prior to the actual customer sending us a particular message, when the application server has been started and initiated, my Java Servlet can be deployed into the web container and be sitting there waiting for messages to be transmitted to it. Now, the container is going to provide access to the different sets of J2EE services. So here we see a couple of different types of J2EE services. JDBC is going to provide us access to relational types of structures. It's going to provide a set of classes that will let us mimic databases and tables and rows and result set data as different types of objects. JTA is a Java Transaction API. This is going to give us access to transactions, the ability to create and link together multiple executing Java components into a single synchronization or commit point. JMS is going to provide access to different types of message queues. So Java Messaging Services is going to allow us to talk to a wide variety of different types of queues, and through those queues we can send messages to other kinds of components. JNDI, or Java Names Directory Interface, is an enterprise-aware namespace. It allows us to look for and search and pass messages to and communicate with other kinds of enterprise-aware components like enterprise Java Beans. So a Java Servlet is a very, very powerful component. It's going to be deployed inside of a web container on an application server, and it's going to be waiting for messages coming from an HTML document running on a client's machine inside their web browser.